Hey guys, how you doing? Evylyn here and welcome to another video. So today guys, I'm going to be bringing you 5.4 PTR changes so far. There's been at least 20 changes, I think there is now. 20 changes to Warriors. That made too many changes. But the good thing is, every single one of them is a positive change. So Warriors are looking really strong, as you guys just saw a second ago. Some OP stuff, some really over the top stuff. Something that they shouldn't even put in the game. Obviously it's going to get nerfed. But yeah, let's get on with the video. So first up, we're going to be talking about the changes, and some of them will have examples and some of them won't. The ones that don't have examples, don't worry, they're just not major changes, but they're worth mentioning. Anyways guys, let's get on with the video. That's good. Okay, so the other change they made to the trinkets was the actual PVP trinkets. The PVP trinkets, as you guys can see, now have a 2-set bonus. I didn't actually find that anywhere in the PTR notes, but that's what they have. And basically, as you guys can see, it's 2.6k resilience. Is that enough to make us use PvE trinkets or PvP? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But it used to be 10% reduced damage was what the 2-set bonus was, but it's no longer that. Okay, so guys, let's get on with the next change. Spell Reflect and Shield Wall. Spell Reflect and Shield Wall now have a new animation. As you guys can see, I have a shield on. Still have my two-hander on, but I have a shield on as well. Use it again, I have a shield and two-hander. It's a horde shield. Don't ask me why we have a horde shield, but it's pretty cool. So here's some of the changes I did on live and on PTR. I'm going to show you the difference between the live and normal PTR, Spell Reflect and Shield Wall. So yeah guys, check it out. First up, I'm going to show you the burst on live and the burst on PTR with Shield Wall up. Here we go. As you guys can see, I'm hitting between 42 to 20k damage, something like 46, 48. Nice little dragon roar here, 91k. Now here's the burst on the PTR with the Shield Wall up as well. 59, 140k, 134k, 114k. As you guys can see, the damage is actually quite a lot less than what it was before. Now here's the Spell Reflect. As you guys saw, it took about 1 second for that to get that Spell Reflect up, but as you guys see here, it takes like literally less than a second to get that Spell Reflect up. The difference is a 0.5 second Spell Reflect, but it's actually quite a lot, considering the fact that it's the difference between whether you live or die basically. Okay, so next change is going to be the slam damage. Now the slam damage is changed in 2 ways. One, when you use Colossus Smash, slam is going to hit 10% harder, and 2, when you use slam is also going to hit 35% of the damage to any targets around you within the space of 0 to 2 yards, I think it is. They keep changing it. I don't know, it's either 0 or 2 yards anyways. And basically, if you have one target, it's 35% damage on that target. If you hit 2 targets, it will hit roughly about 18% on both. And then if you hit 3 targets and so forth, it just keep going, multiplying. It's kind of like Dragon Roar. It splits the damage between all the targets. Now there was a bug where it was hitting your actual target, but now it just hits the targets around. So first up, I'm going to show me hitting 2 targets, then I'm going to show me hitting 3 targets, and then I'm going to show me 5 targets and how the damage spreads out. So take a look guys. Okay, so first up, it's going to be 2 targets. Now to try to simulate the damage in the arena, how many targets you'll be hitting. So let's say this is 2 targets we hit one first. I'm going to be hitting 65, 55, 65, 49k damage, 20k, 24k. It's just small little hits of damage. Now here's going to be 3 targets. We're going to have the 2 Warlock pets and the Warlock. It's going to be in 2 targets. As you see, 21k, 33, 64, 15. It's pretty decent on 2-3 targets, so it's about 30k each, roughly. And here's on 5 targets. As you guys can see, it's hitting about 10k each, which is about 50k damage worth on 5 targets, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the next change we have is to Enrage. It's only really for protection warriors, and I don't have an example because it's not really a major change. But basically all it does, anytime you use Shield Slam or Devastate, and you come your crit, you will Enrage, and you will gain 10% damage and 10 rage, which is pretty cool. It's exactly like the way Mortal Strike works for arms. Now I'm not sure if the next change is still in the game or what's happening, because Blizzard have kind of not implemented it into the game, and basically what they were supposed to do was change Intimidating Shout, which is fair, and make it only fair targets within 0 yards of your target that you fared. Now that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to still function as on live, as you guys can see now, and I don't think Blizzard are going to implement it, but I just want to list it just in case. Okay, so the next change to Shattering Throw. Shattering Throw no longer costs any rage, as I'm going to show you guys here. I'm going to deliberately spend on my rage, and guess what? Oh yes, Shattering Throw. It's really good in arenas and stuff like that, because of the fact that we'll have more rage to spend and we won't miss them Shattering Throws that we really need half the time when we have no rage. The next change is Bladestorm is now on a 60-second cooldown, meaning it actually can be used more often, especially in arenas and RBGs and even in duels. This means Warriors are definitely going to be more viable as regards to doing RBGs in 5.4 as arms. Okay, so the next change is going to be in Raise Regeneration. Now Raise Regeneration actually heals for 10% of your health and an extra 10% over time, which is actually quite a beefy heal. I'm not too sure how it's going to fare in with Second Wind, but if you use Berserker Rage, Rallying Cry, and use that, as you can see, it's healing for quite a lot. Let's see how much exactly what you healed for. You healed for 26k dots and 120k heal, which is pretty nice if you do say so myself. So yeah guys, we might be using that a bit more in the arenas, I don't know, but we'll see. Second Wind may still be the way to go. Now the next change is going to be to Stormbolt. Stormbolt is actually doing 500% more weapon damage on a hit, which is actually quite a lot, and as Fury it's also doing an offhand weapon attack, which I'll quickly show you. Okay, so here we go guys. Only 53k, it's not a lot, but it has a cool little offhand attack as you guys saw with Fury. But I still think it'll be okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, the next change is to Vigilance. Vigilance no longer transfers 30% of the damage taken to the warrior. Instead, it now reduces 30% of the damage taken on the party or array member that you put it on for 12 seconds. Now, while this is really good, I don't think it's going to be useful in PvP, specifically because Safeguard is 20% and it's on a 30-second CD, so you can be able to put 4 of them in the space of putting one of Vigilance, which is going to be 80% instead of 30, which so means that this talent is not really for PvP, but it is pretty good for PvP. I can see it being used on tanks and such. Okay, so the next change is to Titan's Grip on Fury. It's not really a proper change, it's just more cosmetic. But yeah guys, as you can see, I'm sporting these Fury polearms. Maybe some strength polearms in 5.4, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the next 2 changes are to Thunderclap. Thunderclap is now being reduced by 10 rage as arms, so it's now 10 rage. And now Thunderclap does 50% more damage. So I can see this being a really good change for arms warriors, especially in RBGs, so we can do a hell of a lot more AoE damage. And I'm going to show you guys some AoE damage in a little bit, but let's get on with the rest of the video. Okay, so the next part is a duel versus a warlock. I'm going to show you the uses of Hamstring here, and it's really good that way. It's kind of the death of Heroic Strike, but as I see, I'm slowing him down. I'm not instantly getting instant damage on him, or actually having to wait or anything like that. It's pretty good like that. It just allows you to get in there quickly and just allow you to quickly get back on the target without actually having to do anything. And because of this, Heroic Strike is really no longer needed. It can be used for excess rage damage. You can use it to do more damage with it if you have too much rage, but other than that, I don't see Heroic Strike used anymore. Hamstring is the way to go, guys. Hamstring is the way to go. Okay, so the next change has been to Warbringer. Warbringer no longer stuns the target for 3 seconds. Instead, now pins/roots the target to the ground for 4 seconds, and it still reduces the movement speed by 50%. And now with the glyph of Warbringer, it also pins 2 of the targets roots them to the ground. So you got 3 targets root to the ground on one single charge every 20 seconds. I'm not sure how this is going to work out in 5.4, but here's a little example of how it looks. Okay, so guys, as you can see, that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how this is going to pan out in 5.4, but we'll see how it goes. Let's wait for 5.4. I haven't really had much chance to test this in arena because arenas has been shut down, so we'll see how it goes. As you guys can see, Impending Victory hasn't been changed much, and now only does a little bit more healing than it did before. It's about 5% more, so 20%, which is okay, I guess. Finally, the last new spell that they're going to be introducing in 5.4, which actually isn't on the PTR, called Ripacid, and basically what it does is when you dodge or parry an attack, it will give you 50% of your dodge and parry as extra crit. So at the moment I have, what have I got? I have 22 and 3, which is almost 26%. So it'll probably give me an extra 13% crit, which is pretty decent actually. It's not too shabby, but we'll see how it goes. I can definitely see in this talent being really good for protection warriors, but that's more PvE because they really killed protection and RBGs, so yeah. But maybe we can get a arena thing going, I don't know. Maybe you could stack too much dodge and parry and see how you go. That'd be pretty insane. But yeah, let's get on with the video. Funny you mentioning Ripacid, with the new Ultimate Protection Warriors, they are gonna have their new proc based on Heroic Strike or Devastate from Shield Slam. It's gonna be changed. Basically, what it used to do is you used to have a 20 flat % chance. Now it's gonna be based on crits. Since Warrior gonna stack dodge and parry, basically you're gonna be critting like as a protection warrior quite a lot, which basically means they're going to be getting this free proc quite a lot. So don't know, protection warriors damage is going to go up a lot, but we'll see what happens in 5.4. It's going to be pretty insane though. And the last change is going to be the sweeping strikes. I'm actually going to show you guys some damage I'm going to do with Bladestorm and sweeping strikes right now. It's going to be a lot of AoE damage, so here we go guys. Thunderclap, pop all TDs, sweeping strikes, Bladestorm, spam the macro, and then when I come out, slam, then sweeping strikes, then keep slamming it. Just keep slamming it and sweeping strikes, slamming it and sweeping strikes. More win every time you get a proc, more strike every time you get a come up, and that's pretty much it. As you can see, I was pulling an average of 330k DPS up to 370k, which is quite a lot actually. And lastly guys, I want to show you something that's been a little bit buggy on the PTR. This little trinket here. Now it is intellect based, but it says your attacks, it doesn't say spells, have the chance to increase the amplification, increasing the critical strike damage, healing, haste and mastery by 84%. So basically what this means is there's 84% more damage on any of your crits. So I spec Fury and I went dual wield one-handers just for the fun of it. I used this trinket as well, which procs 11k strength. They're both PvE trinkets and I think it's a little broken, and I'm about to show you guys why in these clips. I actually think the trinket's a little broken. Look, as you can see, this kind of damage I'm doing. This is freaking insane. 1.2 million, 1.3 million, almost 1.4. Oh god, let's see what we can do now. 1.4 million guys. I'm gonna click recount just to show you guys. 1 second. It actually did 1.4 million, look. 1.4 million. Oh my god guys. That's well broken. Let me just say this. In before the nerf. That's all I'll say. It's broken, and I'm going to show you some duels I did guys on this trinket, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So yeah guys, you can judge for yourselves how overpowered that trinket is. Anyways, I'll give you guys my final thought. So all in all, I can say, looking at every single change that Warriors have had made to them, there's none negative, they're all positive. So I see Warriors climbing the ranks back in 5.4. 5.4 is definitely the return of the Warrior. So all you my fellow Warriors, get ready, we're coming. Anyways guys, this is Evyo. I love you all. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.